Narcissistic individuals can often seem like they are untouchable, like karma will never reach them. They go around hurting others without a care. They manipulate others without a conscience. However, in time, their very behaviour often comes back to haunt them. The narcissist will usually twist it and play the victim in the situation of how it's everybody else's faults and never their own. When it comes to the narcissist karma, at some point, people begin to see through the narcissist act. It takes some people longer than others. At first, narcissistic individuals can seem to charm almost everybody. They come on strong with the flattery. They do things for people because it's transactional. They're wanting something from those people. They're wanting the admiration. They're wanting to look good. It's not out of the goodness of their own heart. Every action is a transaction when it comes to narcissistic individuals. However, over time, their true nature is exposed. Friends, partners, colleagues grow tired of the narcissist manipulation, their games, and begin to walk away, leaving the narcissist with no one left to control. Once they've walked away and the narcissist hasn't got anyone left to control, the narcissist has lost their source of supply, and their supply is almost like air to them. Narcissistic individuals need constant admiration and attention to feed their ego, to help them believe that they are superior to others, to help that belief that they are special. When people stop feeding the narcissist's ego by either setting boundaries or cutting ties, narcissistic individuals often feel desperate for attention. They often feel empty because they're not getting that attention. They scramble around trying to find new sources of supply. However, as they age, they struggle to manipulate the younger or naive people, and the people they used to manipulate have grown wise to their games. There's the narcissistic collapse, which is a term I believe was coined by Sam Vaknin. When the narcissist lies inevitably catch up with them, or they face abandonment, they face rejection, a narcissist can spiral. They can lash out with their rage because they've suffered a narcissistic injury. They can sink into the self-pity. Without that supply, without that control, they feel lost. They feel worthless. They're not interested in that's how they've made other people feel over the years. They're all about themselves. Aging exposes the narcissist's vulnerabilities that they are so desperately trying to hide. Their charm fades. Their ability to manipulate weakens. As a narcissistic individual gets older, they struggle to maintain the same control that they once had over others. They struggle to maintain that sense of dominance, the power, often leading to frustration where the mask drops and they reveal themselves, their true selves, more often, leading to that loneliness because people walk away, and because they're empty within themselves, they're seeking that external validation. They don't like being alone unless they're getting some form of attention from somewhere. They never find real happiness. When it comes to a narcissistic individual, their life is a pattern. It's a cycle of chasing that validation. They don't experience the true joy. They often experience joy through sadistic means, by hurting others. They get fleeting moments of satisfaction once they've got one over on someone, or when someone is praising them, admiring them. They get that duper's delight. However, it's not long before that emptiness returns. They often self-destruct. if they haven't already got reckless behaviours such as substance abuse, broken relationships. They usually end up with substance abuse, a string of broken relationships. And not broken because the other person has harmed them, like the narcissist would like to believe, but because they've run around lying, deceiving and cheating on others. Their inability to take responsibility for their actions leads to repeated failures, which they blame everybody else for. So there's no growth, there's no change. They usually end up alone. Now, people can be alone and not feel lonely. However, narcissists crave that external validation. When it comes to narcissistic individuals, this is perhaps the ultimate karma. They push away the very people that they need to feed their ego. And by the time they realise that they've pushed everybody away, it's too late. Everyone's moved on. Nobody's interested anymore. Everyone's lost the sympathy for the narcissist because the narcissist is always the woe is me negative victim. They never take responsibility. Narcissistic individuals may avoid immediate consequences for their actions with their lies and their mind games. However, their very own behaviour that they're trying to avoid people exposing ensures that they will never find true peace. The best revenge is to go and live your life peacefully without them, because they'll destroy themselves given enough time. If anyone has any thoughts on this video, please do add those into the comments for people reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers, and your continued support with the channel is greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. I do also have a couple of one-to-one slots available. If you're looking for further reading, I do have several books on Amazon. How to create boundaries around those who have no respect for your boundaries, such as narcissistic individuals. Healing from narcissistic abuse, a guided journal for empowerment and recovery. A Narcissist Handbook, the ultimate guide to understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse. The novel, which is Behind the Mask, The Rise of the Narcissist, which is the first in a 3-part series, and 15 Rules to Deal with Narcissistic People, How to Stay Sane and Break the Chain. If you are interested in any of those, they are all available on Amazon. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.